Part 11.11, Surah Hud, Hud, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Sufi Essence with Hammad Syed. The narrative of Prophet Noah, peace be upon him, now reaches its most dramatic and climactic stage. The verses transition from the spiritual dialogue and the warning of divine judgment to the physical manifestation of Allah's will. This is the moment where faith is made tangible, where spiritual certainty is forged in the midst of cataclysmic chaos, and where the prophecy of punishment begins to take a visible, ominous form. These verses offer an exquisite and layered commentary on the profound spiritual reality of a prophet's obedience, the nature of divine justice, and the heartbreaking moment of a final, irreversible farewell. The story of the Ark's voyage is a magnificent and all-encompassing spiritual parable that speaks to the perennial struggle between divine guidance and human arrogance. It is a profound and poignant testament to the fact that a life lived in a state of spiritual surrender is a life that is spiritually worthless. Kanzo, Iman, Quran, Hud, 11:41-45. And he said, "Embark therein. In the name of Allah is its course and its anchorage. Indeed, my Lord is forgiving and merciful, and it sailed with them through waves like mountains. And Noah called to his son, who was apart from them, 'O my son, come aboard with us, and do not be with the disbelievers.' But he said, 'I will take refuge on a mountain to protect me from the water.' Noah said, 'There is no protector today from the decree of Allah, except for whomever he has mercy upon.' And the waves came between them, and he was among the drowned." The verses open with a profound and deeply spiritual command from Prophet Noah, peace be upon him. A declaration that encapsulates the very essence of Tawed and Tawakkal. Trust in Allah. And he said, "Embark therein. In the name of Allah is its course and its anchorage. Indeed, my Lord is forgiving and merciful." The phrase "in the name of Allah" is not a mere incantation. It is a profound and all-encompassing statement of spiritual surrender. The Ark's journey, from its beginning to its end, is entirely dependent upon Allah's will. Its course and anchorage are not determined by human navigation or worldly conditions, but by a divine decree. This is a magnificent and all-encompassing act of spiritual certainty, a profound testament to the fact that a person who is spiritually surrendered to the One, who is the ultimate source of all existence, will find their ultimate solace and their ultimate purpose in the One, who is the ultimate source of all existence. The final poignant affirmation, "Indeed, my Lord is forgiving and merciful," is a testament to the profound and unending spiritual reality of Allah's names, Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim. Even in the face of a cataclysmic event, the believers' hearts are filled with a profound and unending spiritual certainty in the One who is the ultimate source of all existence. The narrative then reaches a profound and definitive climax, a moment of divine decree that forever alters the course of events. And it sailed with them through waves like mountains. And Noah called to his son, who was apart from them, 'O my son, come aboard with us, and do not be with the disbelievers.' This is a magnificent and all-encompassing scene of a divine and a human reality. The description of the waves as mountains is a powerful and profound simile. The waves were not just physical mountains. They were a manifestation of Allah's immense power, a force that was beyond all human comprehension. The scene of Noah, peace be upon him, calling to his son is a poignant and heartbreaking illustration of a father's profound and unending love. It is a moment of ultimate spiritual mercy, a father's final desperate plea for his son to join him in a state of spiritual surrender. The call, "O my son, come aboard with us, and do not be with the disbelievers," is a profound and unsparing indictment of the spiritual heedlessness that can prevent a person from finding their ultimate solace and their ultimate purpose in the One who is the ultimate source of all existence. The verses are a final and magnificent call to spiritual awakening, a profound reminder that our spiritual destiny is in our own hands and that our choices have eternal consequences. The verses culminate in a profound and poignant scene, a physical manifestation of the spiritual chasm between belief and disbelief. He said, "I will take refuge on a mountain to protect me from the water." Noah said, "There is no protector today from the decree of Allah, except for whomever he has mercy upon." And the waves came between them, and he was among the drowned. This is a magnificent and all-encompassing illustration of the spiritual arrogance that plagues the human heart. The Son, in his profound spiritual heedlessness, places his trust in a worldly thing, a mountain, rather than in the one who is the ultimate source of all existence. His reliance on worldly power is a profound and unsparing indictment of the spiritual heedlessness that can prevent a person from finding their ultimate solace and their ultimate purpose in the one who is the ultimate source of all existence. Prophet Noah's peace be upon him. Final poignant statement. There is no protector today from the decree of Allah, is the ultimate statement of Tawhid. It is a profound and unsparing reminder that all power and all protection belong to Allah alone. The final scene where the waves came between them is a heartbreaking and all-encompassing illustration of the ultimate spiritual reality of a life that is lived in a state of spiritual heedlessness. The drowning of the sun is a profound and poignant spiritual lesson on the ultimate futility of worldly power in the face of divine reality, thematic synthesis, and spiritual cohesion. These verses are a powerful testament to the transition from a state of spiritual dialogue to a state of final, irreversible divine decree. The narrative of Prophet Noah, peace be upon him, reaches its climax here, concluding in a sobering finality. The spiritual lesson is clear. While Allah is Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim, and His mercy is all-encompassing, there is also a spiritual law of cause and effect. When a soul, in its profound spiritual arrogance, continuously rejects the light of divine guidance, the spiritual doors of return are sealed. This is not a punishment of a capricious deity, but a consequence of a spiritual choice. The verses also offer a magnificent and all-encompassing commentary on the nature of prophetic integrity. The prophet Noah, peace be upon him, is not a worldly king who seeks to impress with material wealth or supernatural feats. His integrity is rooted in his profound and unending surrender to Allah's will, a state of being that is beyond all human comprehension. His rejection of his people's worldly demands and his profound love for his humble followers is a testament to the spiritual law that governs a true spiritual leader. The narrative of the ark, building in the middle of a desert, is a profound and poignant metaphor for the spiritual journey. It is a journey that is guided by a profound and unending spiritual certainty in the one who is the ultimate source of all existence. It is a journey that is guided not by worldly logic, but by the light of divine guidance. The final, powerful rebuke from Noah, peace be upon him, serves as a poignant reminder that while a worldly person may ridicule a spiritual person for their adherence to the truth, the ultimate reality is that the spiritual person is in a state of unending communion with the divine. The spiritual reality is that a life that is lived in a state of spiritual heedlessness is a life that is spiritually worthless. The verses are a final and magnificent call to spiritual awakening, a profound reminder that our spiritual destiny is in our own hands and that our choices have eternal consequences. Expansive Hadith analysis. A hadith that beautifully complements the profound spiritual trust of Prophet Noah, peace be upon him, in building the ark, is found in Jami at-Tirmidhi. Tirmidhi the Prophet, peace be upon him, taught, "If you put your trust in Allah as you should, He will provide for you as He provides for the birds. They go out in the morning with empty stomachs and come back in the evening with full stomachs." Jami at-Tirmidhi Hadith 2344. This profound narration speaks directly to the spiritual law that is at the very heart of our spiritual reality. Prophet Noah, peace be upon him, was commanded to build a ship, a seemingly impossible task in the middle of a landlocked region, but he did so with absolute trust in Allah's promise. The Hadith offers a powerful and unsparing indictment of spiritual despair and spiritual arrogance. It makes it clear that a life that is lived in a state of worldly heedlessness is a life that is spiritually dead. The spiritual reality is that our worldly blessings are a test, and our worldly trials are a test. The spiritual challenge is to remain in a state of profound and unending gratitude, in a state of prosperity, and to remain in a state of profound and unending patience in a state of adversity. Dua, my Lord, grant me the spiritual courage to live my life in a state of profound and unending surrender to your will.
Amen.
Grant me the spiritual humility to see the divine light in the humble and the meek. Grant me the wisdom to see your profound and unending mercy in every single aspect of creation. Grant me the spiritual strength to live my life in a state of profound and unending patience, and grant me a final abode in your presence, where all worldly sorrow is replaced by an eternal and unending communion with you, O Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim. May Allah illuminate your heart and mind with the light of this divine ilm. May He make your channel a beacon of guidance for all who seek spiritual clarity and truth. May your efforts be a source of immense reward, and may you be granted the highest stations of paradise. May the peace and blessings of Allah always be upon you and your loved ones. May He grant you unwavering steadfastness on the path of truth, and may your work be a testament to His magnificent names, Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim. Ameen.